Ha ha!
Oh, yeah.
Yes! Woohoo! Oh. 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 Ha ha! Wait! Whoa! No! Mamma mia! Woohoo! Oh yeah, Mario time! to go.
I'd like to go to one of his streams if he's ever around. I'd be happy to, if he's ever online. Yeah, how much longer is he going to be on if he's online? What in the world kind of hat is this he's wearing?
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Figures. I was gonna say, because that would have been a good opportunity to get something to eat if we were to raid him. You can't do the spinning jump in this? There it is. No, I'm just trying to spend as much time as I possibly can on here. Well, now what? I thought Yoshi was immune to ghosts. The hell was that? So am I supposed to go to that power block? There's no way out. It's like you're trapped in here. What was that? Is that supposed to be scary?
Let's go. Oh no!
Oh, look who's here. You'll have to excuse me, I'm kind of in a bad mood tonight. And I don't know why. Just having a grouchy night is all. There hasn't been a whole lot of things going my way today. Kind of depressing, packing away some of my stuff to move. It's good that I'm moving, but at the same time, not really. And you know, you too, if I'm brutally honest, I'm probably not going to be playing this much longer. Need to find something that get me in a better mood. I just don't know what that is yet. I got on this hoping that I could get on here and trade maps with somebody, but there's nobody online that I can do that with, so. I'm not getting a whole lot of requests on games to play either. So I'm just kind of floundering, trying to find things that are interesting to play that people want to see. How am I resisting? I'm doing everything I possibly can to, do streams with other people. I'm just not finding a whole lot of people that would want to stream with me. Just feeling kind of alone tonight when it comes to streaming. I mean, I know I'm new at this and all, but... And again, it's just me, I'm just in a grouchy mood. Okay, so... Okay, so now how do I do multiplayer? Play? Or make? Course World? Trying to. I should say the name. Okay, well, I don't want to look like that. Okay, so how do I change my shirt? Because that looks ridiculous. You can't change the shirt you're wearing? There we go. I mean, I'm fine with the shirt as long as it was blue. So I can't change the color. Awesome. Wow, Nintendo, you sure gave us a whole lot of options, didn't you? Okay, so what do? You just play courses that people have on here? Okay, well, an Undertale course gets my attention pretty quick. When you play a course made by another player, the maker of the course may be notified every time you play the course. Alright, well. Since I love Undertale. Okay, so how am I supposed to play it if you die instantly? Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit... That's gonna be a hard no. I told it not to play that, so... We are exiting that course because that's what I told you to do. the hell was that? You just die instantly? What? What are you supposed to do there? How is this in any way fun? This isn't playing with people. This is lame. So you don't even get a chance to do anything. You just die. This is stupid. This is absolutely the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Boo is definitely, yeah. Screw this course. So somebody has to sit there and put that together. Just pure anxiety is all that was right there. So can you make friends on here? Can you make friends on here? How do you do that? Okay, so is Goose Grabber on here? Do I have to put in some sort of a super duper secret password to find him? Because evidently O is not an option. So any idea what his name is on here so I can add him on here as a friend? Is it on any of his videos maybe? Because you might have better access to those videos than I do. Because if I can find his ID and put it on there, maybe I can make a course. Probably won't be as fancy as any of the other ones that are on here, but can at least give it a shot. I mean, the game's actually, the game seems very interesting. But with me being in a grouchy mood tonight, probably isn't the best game for me to play right now. Tell you what, I would kill for some Taco Bell right about now. You do. Star Fox actually does sound pretty decent. Star Fox Zero, to be specific. Because that has been on my mind all night long. Some Star Fox Zero. Tried playing Star Fox yesterday, and I was just completely getting my butt kicked, and I don't know why. I've had so much crap on my mind the last few days. I haven't been able to focus. Been trying to keep it together with this. I'm streaming this. I'm streaming pretty much every night as much as I possibly can. Lost a follower, don't know who. Came on today, and instead of 16, I had 15. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Playing everything you can think of on here. I don't know how people can come on here and so naturally get hundreds of people to just show up and want to see what you've got. And they stream maybe once a week and they've got hundreds of followers. I come on here. I'm on here every night almost for hours. I don't know, maybe I am. I've just got so much on my mind right now. Just a little bit of success once in a while would be nice. That's not what I wanted. So let's see. Yep, 15 followers. I had 16 yesterday. Yeah, you're right, Jenny, you're right. Today's just not been a good day. Normally, I'm ecstatic to be here and I love streaming. It's just today's just not been a good day. I've had a lot going on and a lot on my mind. And it does carry over into how things are on this. So, I mean, I'm trying to change it up a little bit, trying to, go from action games to RPG games to games like this that I'm not really familiar with. Change it up, give every, just, yep, and that's the whole reason I'm doing this, is to try to give everybody a reason to get away from what stresses you out. That's why we're all here. And the last month hasn't exactly been the best month of my last couple months of my life. So streaming is something that I very much enjoy. But we all have our ups or downs, that's true. Yes, this game is very tough. I just played through one level, and I don't know how I got through it without dying, but the first few were, I don't know how people could sit down and come up with all of these levels. That must take a whole lot of time. It's like Legos. You can sit there and make this big, gigantic statue out of Legos. But I'm more of the kind of games that I play more are more like story games, RPG games. Mario, the new Mario games, I like playing those. Star Fox is like my favorite. And RPGs especially. I was just playing Mario RPG earlier. Getting into that. I was playing Zelda. So it's not that I'm unhappy. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what else I need to do to get, because I am new at streaming. I am new at this. So I've probably been doing this for about a month now. So I'm gonna stumble along the way, and that's fine. I just have to keep at it. Just have to keep at it. And this game, I've had it for a while, but I'm not too terribly good at it just yet because I'm not really too sure how the game works. Yeah, I've got a couple of good friends that stream on here that are really good at it. Like a guy now named Flap Artist. He's got probably a few hundred. Guy's really good. So I created a Twitter page. I created a Discord page. Got a couple of good friends here, like Shadow Lady there, created my logo for me, which is outstanding, and I can't thank her enough for that. I'm not normally this grouchy. I'm just having a. It's been a long day. It's just been a very long day. But one game that I come on here to play a lot of to relax is Star Fox Zero that I have on my Wii U, and it's really the only game that. The only reason I still have the Wii U is for that Star Fox game. So yeah, if you can get me Goose's ID, we can collaborate a little bit. In the meantime, let me see what else is on here. Maybe I'll find a different course that's You have levels on here? Yeah, if you have levels on here, I'd love to try them. Is your name on here the same as it is on, oh, is that a code you have to type in? I'm new at this, so bear with me here. I'm not. Okay, search. Is that what you type in? The, course ID. S. N. L. F. R5. 7. And G. Wow, you made that a couple of years ago? Is that from the first one? Alright, well, let's give it a shot. Might not be very good at it, though. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hammer Brothers. Oh, people can make little comments throughout the game? Oh! So what are all the little X's? Is that where people have died in the past? Oops. I'm trying not to get hit by the hammer. Come on. What is wrong with me? I can't get up there. Okay. Oh! Oh, they're not jumping down like they did before. Come on, there you go. Oh! That's tough. Just don't want the hammers to get me. Oh, jeez. Oops. Oh! That's gonna ruin my day. So is that. Come on, jump up, jump up, jump up. So, I mean, the level's not unreasonable, it's just, I just gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Alright. Jump. Ah! Thanks for that follow, Jenny. I appreciate it. This might keep me busy for a while. Oh! Gotta get that timing down. So I need to get me some more caffeine. Here's what I need. More caffeine. So I'm look at that, Shadow Lady. You may have a fellow Canadian there. I see a Canadian flag on there. Oh, jeez. Why did I do that? Oh, boy. That was my own... That was my own stupid fault. Why do I keep doing that? And I know better. Goodness gracious. I keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Did they have to make the sprite for the Hammer Brothers for Mario World? Because I thought there were Hammer Brothers in Mario World, weren't there? Strictly Nintendo games. Grew up with the Sega Genesis. Can respect that. So you're a Genesis girl, huh? So one of the things that I do on my stream here is I have obviously my Switch hooked up to my computer here, but I have a Super Nintendo Classic, I have a Nintendo Classic, I have a Genesis Classic, and I have a PlayStation Classic, and all the games that go with it. So I don't have all of those cartridges anymore, but I do have these classic systems, and they help me out a lot. And I also stream from my PlayStation 5, which I don't get all my logos and such that were graciously made for me. So I like to take requests. If somebody likes to see a specific game, I'm more than happy to play that. Hey, Bullet Bill, how you doing? My favorite classic system had to be the Super Nintendo, easily. I liked my Nintendo. I had a lot of good memories with it, but the Super Nintendo is where I think games really took off. Like the first time I ever saw Super Mario World just blew my mind, and then my favorite game of all time is Star Fox. Always has been. First time I played Star Fox, I could not put that game down. Couldn't put it down. Still can't to this day. I have a Wii U, and the only reason I still have it is because of Star Fox Zero. And I'm begging Nintendo if they would make a Nintendo Switch port of that game. Sorry, my chair's a little uncomfortable. But yeah, the 64 and the GameCube were great systems. I wish I still had mine, but the Nintendo 64 was just mind-blowing for its time. So everybody always says, well, which one's better, the N64 or the PlayStation 1? Well, I kind of think they both had their own little thing. I liked them both. It's not about really the system, it's about the game to me. So, whichever game, like for me, I have both a PlayStation and I have an Xbox. I have both. I was lucky enough to get a hold of a PlayStation 5. At some point in the future, I'll get the new Xbox Series X. But for me, it's not the system; it's the game. Is what makes the game is what's most important. Is what game you have, what game that you have that you play is what's more important than what system you're playing it on. Oh, Paper Mario, those those games were so hilarious. I'm not such a big fan of the newest one they made for the Switch because they made the combat uh, not based on level, but based on like a puzzle. Not really a big fan of that, but the Paper Mario games that came for it, like on the Nintendo 64, loved them. Absolutely loved them. Um, I collect mostly the cartridges, the discs, not so much because they tend to lose value. At least I thought. So I still have the cartridges of Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo. I have the original Final Fantasy 1 on the Nintendo. I have Chrono Trigger. I have Final Fantasy 3. on the Super Nintendo, which was Final Fantasy VI in Japan, which is probably my favorite RPG of all time. Was Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo. Loved it. Everybody says that Final Fantasy VII was the best. I like that game. Don't get me wrong, but to me, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy VI was where it's at. That's the game that had the best story, had the best everything, had the best characters, really made you care about what's going on, and just everything about that, to me, is the favorite. RPG games were always what I really cared about the most. So I've got a few cartridges that I will part with, like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy III, Mario RPG. I've got the original Final Fantasy 1 on the Nintendo. A few others. I've got the original Mario, Super Mario, which is, if you recall, when the Nintendo came out, you always had the Super Mario and Duck Hunt on one cartridge. Super Mario Brothers on its own cartridge was extremely rare. I have one of those and I'm not selling it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the Paper Mario Origami King. The game itself is good. The graphics, the acting, the humor and such. It's good. I just don't like how the combat is more puzzle based than it is more on like RPG based. You have to. It's like every time you get into a battle, you have to figure out a puzzle instead of the old way of doing it, where you had to use it attacks, level up, have hit points, well, the usual combat. But I just didn't like the whole concept of it being a puzzle every time you fight. I didn't like that, but that's just me. If you like it, you like it. That's great. I hope, I'm glad you enjoy it, but it wasn't for me. Oh, don't even get me started on Kefka, which we all can agree is the best Final Fantasy villain. And if they were to give Final Fantasy VI the remake treatment like they did Final Fantasy VII, I would be in heaven, absolute heaven. There's so much they can do with that game, and they just haven't done it. The most they've ever done was they made a remake on Steam, which I actually streamed that whole game. I sat here and I streamed the entirety of Final Fantasy VI, and it was absolutely great because I sat here and when I wasn't streaming, I would sit here for hours and just grind and 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 grind. And people don't like to see grinding, so I just kind of grinded on my own time. So by the time I got to any of the boss battles, they were easy. So by the time I did get the Kefka, I mopped the floor with his face. So my big thing is I have my Switch, I have my Super NES Classic, I have my NES Classic, I have my Genesis Classic, I have the PlayStation Classic. So if I have the game in order to stream and somebody wants it, I will stream it. Absolutely no problem with that. Um, so if anybody wants to see those, please feel free to ask for it. I will absolutely stream it. If I'm not able to do it at that particular point in time, we'll make a day for it where everybody can come and enjoy it. So that being said, let me see if I can get through this Mario level that apparently I keep falling down. This looks like a well-made course. I just keep making silly mistakes. Oh, just like that. And I know better. Come on, ogres. 6 seconds? How can you beat this level in 6 seconds? It takes me 6 seconds just to realize what I'm doing. Oh! Come on. Whoops. That was close. Oh! Ugh. Another one of those situations where I should have known better. Oh. I should have known better. Come on. Oh. I'm gonna need a pillow to scream into in just a minute. It's like a Twix factory. I gotta have a special lever to make a nice hot pillow that I can scream into. Hey, thanks, Bullet Bill. Appreciate that. Oh, just as I fall down. Oh, God. Oh, more levels? I am all for it. And I am going to beat this level at some point. If I don't do it tonight, I am going to finish it. And then I'm going to dance. Look at this. Simple Mario Brothers, that everybody agrees is the best, one of the best games ever made, and I can't even do a simple jump. A simple jump. Alright, if I can't make this one, I'm gonna give that other one a try. But I hope it lets me save this map, because Let me see here. Does it let me save it? Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, that's a wrong button. Alright. I like it. So now how do I... post a comment? Good time. Alright, now, I hope it lets me... Now, I'm new at this game, so bear with me. Does it let me come back to it later? Does it, like, save all the courses that I've been to? Because I want to be able to play that again. Ooh, can you make friends on here too? Followed, yes. I would like to do that. Alright. Well, I gave you a follow there, Jenny, on here. I hope that means I can come back and play your maps. Alright. Alright, I think somebody else had a map for me. You guys want to... Alright, well, what's another good zone there? I'm gonna go down the list here. We got Schlumple. Is it Schlumple or Schlumpy? We're gonna give yours a shot. SF3 4JY OXG. Is that the right one? Well, I'm gonna put a follow on that, and we're gonna give it a oh, wow, 296 people like it. Must be a pretty good map then. Let's give it a shot. Oh, you can make your own title screens? I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Help me, help me. You can make your own worlds? I didn't know you could do that. That is cool. The jungle of the piranha plants. This is gonna embarrass me, isn't it? Somebody left you a little drawing there. Wow, that plant looks pretty mean. He's probably gonna eat me as soon as I get through there. Run, Mario, run! Oh boy, look at this. Please don't eat me, please don't eat me. Oh! You tricked me. You tricked me. Now I can see the appeal to this game now. Playing everybody's levels. Oh! That was me being too slow. I can definitely see that. Oh, not gonna get me that time. Was that a door? Oh. Lots of people die there. Look at that. You tricked me. You tricked me. Thanks for that. Thanks, Schlumple, for that follow. I appreciate that. You can hump? You can stomp on those? Oh, I just learned something there. I'm gonna get him now. My first day on this game, actually, this is make me my second, because my first day I bought it, played it for 10 minutes, and went, what am I getting myself into? But I didn't know any of... See what happens when I run my mouth and don't pay attention? This is what happens. My mouth takes over and my brain just turns into mush. Boop boop! See, now I like the idea of playing other people's Mario levels like this. This is cool. Oh, it's... Oh, I'm... Oh! Oh, it's not rude. It's just the truth. I'm just so used to traditional Mario levels, and even then, those are pretty tough. I got the new, the 3D world with the Bowser's Fury. I can't believe they stopped selling that game. I don't understand Nintendo's logic behind that. When they make a game that people love and then stop selling it? Why? Why would you do that? That just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Oh no!
Like Mario 35. I really like that game. No, actually I think the one that they stopped selling was the triple pack, the one that had Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, that triple pack. I think you can't buy that anymore. That's one of the reasons I bought that as soon as it came out, because I didn't want to miss out on that. But still, Mario 35, I mean, I didn't play it every day, but I enjoyed it. I played it a lot. That was one of those games where, you know, you just wanted to relax. You sit back and play that for a while, and then they said, "Oh, you can't play it anymore." Why? People love that game. And believe me, you're not going to be hurting my feelings by saying that I probably won't beat a map, because it's probably going to be the truth. Oh, I missed. But anybody who wants me to give a shot to a Mario level, have at it. I will play anybody's level on here. I may like that. I may look like a total fool, but I'll give it a shot. I will absolutely give it a shot. Then you can get a giggle out of watching me struggle. And I'm not offended by it at all, so if it absolutely tickles you pink to see me struggling, then laugh away. I'm not offended by that at all. It's the whole point of these games, right? It's to have fun. And if you have fun while you're doing it, then hey, mission accomplished, you know? Did I get him? I gotcha. Alright, made it to the flag. And I have a feeling this is where things get a little sideways. Ooh, you got more of these blue plants now. They look like they're just waiting to eat me up. Okay, so I imagine I have to bounce from plant to plant. And I'm gonna embarrass myself horribly. So here we go. Just like that. But let's not forget, we still have Tetris 99, and that game is superb. I love that game. So let's not forget about Tetris 99. And no! Had me on a roll there. You kind of gave me a little bit of hope. Let's try this again. And boom, boom, boom. Oh. But I see what you're doing there. You're kind of giving me a little bit of hope. Oh, I missed it on the edge. Oh yeah, and this is just the first level, isn't it? Oh, too low. Well, not much I can do there. Ooh! I made it. Oops. Woo! Made it through level 1. I'm gonna put a like on it. I like that level. Let's see how badly I can embarrass myself on the next one here. That's a cool idea. I didn't know you can make worlds like that. I'm just checking out the world here. That's pretty neat. Now, do they let you design like the water shapes and the mountains and the trees? Do they let you do all that too? That is a really good idea. I'm glad that they do that. Give people the freedom to do that. Well, uh-oh. Oh no, it's my worst nightmare for Mario 3. Ah. Yeah, we're just gonna toss that out. Alright, let's see how badly I can embarrass myself on this next level. Oh, I hope this one doesn't eat me. Why do I have to go for him? I don't think I'm going to be able to hop. Oh!
Oh no!
I don't think I was going to get a chance to hop on him to bop him on the head. But I think somebody else had a map. But whoop, whoop.
Oh no!
I think somebody else had a map they wanted me to try, and I didn't forget you. I did not forget you. Oh. This is actually really good work you did here, Schlumpy. Is it Schlumpo? I know I'm just butchering your name. Are you saving? Okay, good. Thanks. Because I definitely want to give these another, I keep making that same mistake. Because I definitely want to keep trying, I just didn't want to forget anybody. I want to try all these levels.
Oh no!
Oh, too soon. Well, thanks for coming, Jenny. I appreciate it. I hope we see you again. And I'm gonna keep trying your level there because I want to beat it. But thanks for coming by and thanks for the follow. And I hope we see you again. And if I ever get some levels made on this, I'll make sure I share it with everybody. Alright, after this, I'm gonna give that other level a shot. Oops.
Oh no!
Let me get you a, there. That should be for the Discord page there. Alright, so we're gonna put a like on this level. And then there was another course I wanted to try here. Alright, we're gonna try this other course I got here. Alright, let's try this one. 1, 3, 6, 2, FB, 8YG. Vineyard Caves. Alright, we'll give this a shot. Vineyard Caves. Oh boy, it's the original Mario. See, I like how with the regular Mario Brothers, but they got the extra graphics on there. See, I like having retro style games with like current graphics. Like Undertale. Undertale's like one of my favorite games of all time, is because it looks retro, but it's really not. If that makes any sense. Let me see here. Yeah, Undertale is one of my favorite games of all time, and I cannot wait for Deltarune Chapter 2. I know Toby's working on it, but there was just something about that game that really got me. All the things I ever wanted in life, it checked every single box. Octopath Traveler, yes. And if you like Octopath Traveler, it is getting a sequel, and it's going to be similar in style to like Final Fantasy Tactics, and there is a demo. I did stream it, a part of it, if you want to see it. But it's free. It's a free demo on your Nintendo Switch. If you go on there, it's called Triangle Strategy. It's just a code word, but it's free. So if you want to give that a shot, it's free, or you can go on my YouTube page and watch me playing it. But I'm a big fan of RPGs, especially like Final Fantasy and such. As a matter of fact, hey Shadow Lady, I've got, if you're interested, I've got Final Fantasy 12, the remake for the PS4. I've got the disc. I've never finished it, so if you want, I can always, oh, damn it. One of the things I was thinking about doing was hooking up my, because I have my PS5, I was thinking about hooking up my PS4, which still works, up to my computer, and using that as a means of playing other games on there, so just a thought. Celeste? What is that? Is that a game? That's not ringing any bells. I love me a good RPG. if you like Final Fantasy Tactics, then definitely check out that Triangle Strategy. It's a free demo right now on the Switch store. It's just imagine Octopath Traveler, but like Final Fantasy Tactics. I cannot wait. It'll be done until it's done, but Square has already come out and said it will not be out this year. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Platformer game on the Switch is in the vein of Super Meat Boy, where it gets one of those games. Those games are good. Just like have you ever played Spelunky? It's got a sequel where you play as the guy running around and it changes every game. That game will frustrate the crap out of you, but it's like that's one of those games where it's like, all right, one more game, one more game, one more game. Spelunky, that's a good game. You know, that's a game it's addictive. That's one of those games where it's just one more, just one more. But it's 4 in the morning. Yeah, but one more game, one more game. In order to beat that game, though, you have to not die, and you've got to go through so much. I watched a playthrough on YouTube of that once. Holy moly, what you have to go through to finish that game. You have to... That game is insanely difficult to finish. I could barely get to the third world, because you eventually have to go down into hell, and you have to fight Satan to beat the game. But there's people that actually speedrun that, and you know what? More power to you. Because I don't think I have the skills to... Oh, no, 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 no! I don't think I have the skills to finish that game. You see what I did there? Boy, I screwed up. This is actually a pretty good map. Yeah, Bill, you made this one, right? This is a good map. I'm having a pretty good time with it. I'm just making silly mistakes. So now I'm starting to see why this game is so popular. Because the first time I played it, I'm like, what's the big deal? Why is this game so good? I don't understand. I'm starting to see why. I also have this on my 3DS. But since the 3DS is now done, which is a shame. I love my 3DS. I get my Star Fox on my 3DS, so that makes me happy. Now, if they make Star Fox Zero port on the Switch, I will be happy. I'm gonna go all the way up to Washington. I'm gonna picket Nintendo. Give me a Star Fox Zero port on the Switch. I'm sure one guy's opinion's not gonna matter much to them, but I would cry tears of joy if they ever ported that game. Some people say they hate it, some people say they love it, but I'm biased. I just love Star Fox. I love it. I grew up on it. I just love everything about it. Yeah, piranha plants in this, you gotta time it right, because you never know, because they can come out and get you. Yeah, Bill, I think that's the biggest issue they have, is they devoted so much of that game to the other screen and the motion controls that it's gonna be hard to port. Or they would have done it by now. So, Celeste, is that on the Nintendo Switch? Celeste? Because if it is, I'll have to check that out. If everybody's saying that's a good game, then I'm all about looking for good games. So what system do I need to play Celeste on? Oh, this plant's gonna get me. Woo! You can get him on the Switch. Well, I have on my PC. I use a Xbox controller on my PC, so I can, in case there's any games that are on the PC that need a controller, because they work. So I've got an Xbox controller set aside just for my computer. Wow, Bill, you put a lot of time into this level, didn't you? You're really keeping me on my toes here. Hey, don't volunteer me so quick when I know what I'm volunteering for. Thought I told you to stay out of trouble down there. Oh, I'm running out of time now. See that dark messenger down there? Pay him no mind. He's always getting me into trouble. Always getting me into trouble. Ooh, I might actually do it. I might actually do it. Woo! Boom, 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 boom. Good map, though. Very good map. I like that very much. So, on the average, how long did it take you to make that map? My allergies are going crazy. How long did it take you to make that map? Because, if it's not too much of a pain, I might sit here one day and maybe put a map together. And just for the record, I've been playing this for almost 2 hours now, so you guys are giving me some good stuff. And just in case I forgot to include it, there's the link from my Twitter page. Anytime I go online and I start streaming, I try to put it on my Twitter page that I'm going on there, so... Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a good game, then I'm all for it. Because there's a lot of games that are out there that I've never heard of. That when I finally do get a hold of it, it's like, hey, this game's really good. Kind of like Undertale. I had never heard of Undertale. I've heard a little bit of here and there, but that was really about it. And I just thought one day I was up late, thought, I'll give it a shot. So yeah, this is a pretty good map here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Good. Good time. So, Bill, are you from Canada? So, I'm hoping that it will, there, I'm gonna give you a follow there. Alright. So I saw someone else posting. Oh boy, Schlumpo's posting some more maps. He wants to torture me some more. Alright. 1HJ. S7. D. MKF. Goomba Shoe Bonanza. Reach the goal while wearing a shoe. Give me 1 second, Bill. Let me try out this map here that I'm sure I'm going to get embarrassed on, and then I'll give your map a shot. I didn't forget about you. Oh, I remember these shoes from Mario 3. What did I do? Reach the goal while wearing a shoe. So how do you... I don't understand. What am I supposed to do? Oh, it flies. Oh. Oh my goodness. This one's gonna be a pain in my rear end. I'm gonna save this one and try that one later, because that one's gonna keep me busy for a while. Because I don't want Bill to think I forgot him there. Goomba Shoe Bonanza. Alright, let me try this other one here. 5cm. Oops. CM. STN. NSG. Is this one gonna embarrass me? Am I gonna... my Mario skills aren't what they used to be. Oh, the infamous first Goomba that gets everybody. Oh, look at these guys. Appreciate that, Shadow Lady. I want to make sure I get all of these down. I want to give them all a try. I don't want anybody to think I forgot about them. Ooh, that's gonna be tough right there. It's like a martini glass. Now, is it true that you can take this map here and then change it so that way it looks like Mario 3 or Mario World, or is that a thing? Are you able to do that? It's like if you wanted to look like Super Mario World, you could change it to look like that if you wanted to. I haven't really played too much of the, what are those things? Ooh, extra life. Probably gonna need that. 3 really isn't compatible with the rest, unfortunately. Well, that's okay. I'm actually surprised at how much of artistic freedom they give you, which is a good thing. A Link power-up? You know, I heard a rumor that supposedly they were going to make a game like this, but make it Zelda. So you can make your own Zelda world. Oh my god, I would be in heaven if they ever did that. Like a Zelda Maker game. Can you imagine? I would spend so much time on a Zelda Maker game. And then make it so that you could make it look like either the original Zelda on the Nintendo or Link to the Past or whichever. That would be so amazing if they did that. That was actually a really good map. I liked it. Oh boy. Shomp, are you looking to embarrass me again? I'm not that good at this game. Let's try it. CVMD P1 MJG. MJG a little more simple. Are you trying to keep it so that it's within my realm of possibilities? My skill set? Mario tries cage fighting? I'm almost afraid to wonder. Oh, the bones are a little ominous. Okay. Oh my. It's a super Goomba. Oh, a key. Oh, I remember that guy. Hey, the crowd's cheering for me. How about that? Oh, I like it when the crowd cheers for me. Oh, look who it is. Oh, they got me. Looks like Lemmy Koopa. Yeah, I got a crowd of one. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That was stupid of me. I don't think I'm gonna get another mushroom either. Oh, I got my mushroom again. Ow! Ow! What was that? I feel like I'm in... Oh no! Yay, Nintendo's rule of 3. Yay. Hitting the big time. Oh boy. Oh, I didn't know who that was. I can't move. Oh, he got me. I like this map. This is kind of fun. Oh, look at I even got Pyro. I got Pyro. You know you hit the big time when you get Pyro now. Oh, I couldn't move. Oh, he got me. Oh, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him sooner or later. Oops, I forgot to jump. Oh, I forgot to jump. I forgot to jump. Oh, I can get him. I know how to do this. I just gotta focus. Oh, gotcha! Yay, Pyro! Go me! Oh, there's 2 of them! Oh! Oh my god! This is gonna keep me up at night. Jump, Mario, jump! This is gonna keep me up all night. Oh, gotcha. Oh, just to get killed by the wrench. Oh. You got me all sweaty now. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Gotcha. Oh yeah, it's on now. It's on like Donkey Kong. Oh, I was doing so good. Take care of this guy. Take care of that guy. Come on. Gotcha. Take care of this dude. Oh, I forgot he spikes. Oh, Schlumpa, you really... You gone and done it now. Oh! Oh, what was I thinking? Oh, come on, come on. Oh! This game's got me all sweaty now. I took out the dude for me. Gotta be faster than that. You got these guys here. The tag team match. Oh! I was doing so good. Gotcha. Oh, that flower. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna come out the champion. Oh, I didn't move fast enough. I like how every time you take a hit, the crowd goes, "Oh!" I'm gonna be seeing this in my nightmares when I sleep now. Just one more time, just one more time, just one more time. Jump, jump, jump! Oh! Oh, no, 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 no! I get so close. Yeah, I like those little sound effects they put in there, the crowd and stuff. That's pretty nifty. I like that. See, if I just let him, he takes out that other. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. He takes out that other little guy for me. But I gotta get rid of that little minion first. Oh. Oh. Oh, you stinking little... Oh, I forgot to jump. Gotcha. I'll get him sooner or later. Woo! Almost got him! Almost got him! Almost got him! One more hit! No! Oh my god! Oh, it was so close! I was in the zone for a minute there. Gotcha. Oh, the spikes got me. Oh. This is killing me. I want to win this so bad. See, I keep forgetting that sometimes he jumps up like just like that. I keep forgetting he does that. Come on. Oh! Damn it. Oh, yeah, he was gonna jump one more time. Oh, a little wrench. Oh. Oh, I didn't jump high enough. Even if it's not tonight, at some point I'm gonna beat him. Hey, that could be what I need right there. It's a good idea. So, Slumpo, have you ever heard of Gamer Goo? This stuff right here? like a deodorant lotion for your hands. Want it to be a little dab will do ya. This is peppermint. Just rub it on your hands like a lotion. Like this. And it's like deodorant. So this way when you're playing a game and your hands get all sweaty, this keeps your hands from getting all sweaty and everything. And it makes your hands smell good too. It's like deodorant for your hands, so your hands don't get all sweaty and you drop the controller or whatever. A buddy of mine that streams also goes by Slap Artist. Check out his page sometime because Gamer Goo is one of his sponsors and he's got special deals. If you go to their website, and you put in his name, Slap Artist, you get a discount. And this stuff is great. You get different smells. It's like I have peppermint because that's my favorite, but you can get like orange, vanilla, that kind of thing. So definitely give that a shot. And he has giveaways for it too. So let me see if I can give me 1 second and I will. So there's the link to his Twitch. Check him out sometime. He's basically the guy who got me into streaming to begin with. So, and he has giveaways for stuff like that all the time. And he does all retro gaming as well. So give him a look, because he's the one that got me into this Gamer Goo, and this Gamer Goo works great. I know it's got a silly name, but it keeps your hands nice and dry, so when you're in the middle of a game like this and you're really trying to keep your hands dry, it works. So, okay. Where was I? I don't mean to sound like a commercial. I just want to give him the proper props because he's helped me out a lot. Oh! Yeah, that Gamer Goo. All you need is a little pea-sized amount, not too much. It lasts for a long time. You can't buy it in stores, as far as I know. But if you go to his website and then use this coupon code with his name, you get a discount. So I'm getting better at this. I'm gonna get it sooner or later. I'm gonna get it. I just noticed he's got like a little Goomba or something on his shoulder, like a parrot. That's one. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That's two. Three. Oh boy. Oh. Oh god. So just to be fair, is there anybody else that put a code in there that of a map to try out? I didn't want anybody to think that I forgot about him, because I'm going to be playing this a lot probably tomorrow. Today, what is it? Ooh, it's after 3 o'clock. I'm retired now. I can play if I want. Oh. Because I'm so close. I want to beat this so bad. Because I'm a big wrestling fan. And that's kind of what this feels like. It feels like a wrestling match. I like to watch Raw and SmackDown on TV. I'm a wrestling nerd, and that's kind of what this feels like. Feels like I'm working up to get into that championship belt. Which, if you can look over my shoulder, I actually have a replica championship belt on top of my Ninja Turtles cabinet right here. And if anybody didn't notice, that this arcade cabinet behind me does work, along with my Mortal Kombat one down here. I just don't have them on, because when I have those things turned on while I'm trying to stream, all you get is a big bright white light in your face. So I'm kind of like the wrestling geek, and that's what this feels like. It feels like I'm watching a wrestling match on a pay-per-view. Oh no, I should have jumped. So I can get this thing right here. It's like my wrestling belt. Do it this way. There. Actually, you can't see me too well in it now. Gotta find a proper way to hold it. Alright. See if I can win this with the belt. Oh, that stinking wrench. Yep, this is my NXT championship belt, and it's a legit belt. Paid a lot of money for this. It's the exact same one that they wear on TV. It's got the completely comes off. You can wear it on your shoulder if you want to, just like that. So if you like to watch NXT, this is the NXT Championship belt. And when I bought this, it was actually handed to me by Adam Cole, if you know who that is. Because I was at a house show before COVID, and he was back there doing autographs, and I said, I want that belt. And he's like, really, you want that belt? I said, yeah, I want that belt. He's like, I tell you what. So he went over and he picked it up and he gave it to me. And it comes in a little carrying case. So Adam Cole himself handed me this belt. This thing weighs, I want to say, about 20 pounds. 15, 20 pounds. And this was before they went Velcro. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to put back together. So yeah, it weighs about 20 pounds. And now I know why, like on TV, whenever you see them on TV and they hit each other in the face with one of these belts, and it's like, oh, he hit him with the title belt. Oh my God. Now I know why it would hurt, because this thing's hard as a rock. You get hit with this, it's going to hurt. So. And it's not like one of them little plastic deals like the little toys like you get children. This is an actual replica of the actual belt itself. The only difference is the custom plates for whoever holds the title go right there. It's the generic one. Other than that, it's the actual belt. Paid $300 for it. Ugh. And since to me NXT is my favorite, that's the only belt I wanted. But that's how much of a geek I am. Let's see. And in 2018, I went to SmackDown. I was in the third row. And about a year ago, there was a show in Tampa. I live in Florida, so there was a show in Tampa. It was a Monday Night Raw. Front row seat at a Monday Night Raw, and it just so happened to be an episode called the Raw Reunion where they had all of the legends to include Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was in the front row, and when Stone Cold did his thing where he smashed 2 beers together before he drank them, I got showered in beer. I felt like I was in heaven. I was in the front row seeing all these legends. So yeah, you can actually see me on TV on that particular episode. If you like to watch wrestling and you have access to that, find the episode from 2018, I believe it is, or 2019. It's called the Raw Reunion in Tampa, Florida. I'm in the front row. So if you see this ugly mug right here, front row seat. And it was wonderful. So now I can check that off my bucket list. Alright, here we go. Tell you what, that stinking flower up there. Oh! Gotcha. Oh, come on. Well, when you're showered in beer and it was from Stone Cold, I walked out of the place after I had a couple of beer. I had to drive home, so I didn't drink too much, but when you had a beer shower from Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's an experience. And when I will say this, when he came out, the crowd noise, yeah, I swear I went deaf. Hearing it on TV just doesn't do it justice. That place absolutely went ballistic. I've been to Metallica concerts. The crowd had never gone so crazy like they did that day when he came out. Oh, come on, game. Gotcha. Oh, that stinking flower! Whose idea was it to put that flower up there? Need to have a few words with that person who thought that was a good idea. Driving me insane. I think you're getting the words good and entertaining confused. No! It's that stupid flower again. Oh my god. See, that's me trying to be too... It's me trying to hurry. Ah, he got me. Let's see you come in here and try this map out. Map, level, whatever you want to call it. See, playing this level is going to make me want a glass of whiskey. So we say after a map like this, you can join me for a glass of whiskey there? Huh? How can you say no to that? That stinking flower again. See, if I had a fireball, it wouldn't be so bad, but I don't. But at least he was fair enough to give me a... You get a mushroom on the way in, so at least that's fair. Slumple, you're gonna be paying for my medical bills when I go see the shrink. Because of this level. This level's driving me insane. I wouldn't have the first idea how to make this level either. That stinking flower again, I had to avoid it. Not that time. No! Was so close! See, I can't even get into the pipe now. Yeah, this is a really good level. What? Just because it's difficult doesn't make it bad. Because there are some people out there that'll say, oh, I can't beat this level, so it must be terrible. No. That's ignorance. This level is good. It's just driving me nuts because I want to beat it. And then you got the whole 2-on-1 going on here. That stinking flower up there. Too bland? How is this in any way bland? I should be probably getting ready for bed right now, and right now... I ain't going to bed until I beat this. I got no place to be tomorrow. You know? Perks of being retired. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! Slumple, you're killing me right now. You are killing me. See, that's me trying to be too zealous there. Because there is a set pattern if I can just be patient and let it happen. Can anybody remember what the name of that little mini-boss is right there? That brown one? Not the blue one, the brown one. It's got a name. You see him like in it twice in every level in Mario 3. I just can't remember his name. Does anybody remember? I want to say Brutus or something like that. I forget. Boom Boom. I knew it started with a B. Thank you. I knew it was a B something. And right now he's doing boom boom to my sanity. Oh! 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 Mm. I think this is why they made this game, is so that we can torment our fellow man. Hey, Shadow Lady, isn't this the game that Goose played while wearing the maid outfit? Isn't this the game he was playing? Come on. Come on. No! No, no. One more hit would have got him. Well, I don't blame the guy, because if somebody were to give me $1,000, I would dress up however you wanted me to. The only problem with that is that whatever is on the internet stays on the internet forever. So yeah, there is a guy that we know, his name's Goose Grabber. he dressed up in a French maid outfit and he played for 6 hours because somebody would give him $1,000 cash if he played this game for 6 hours wearing a maid outfit. And he did it. But hey, in his defense, if somebody was going to give me $1,000, I would do it too. So, just saying. I don't blame the guy one bit. Because I'd have done it too. But I'm still, I'm not an affiliate or anything on Twitch yet, so I can't do anything of the sort, but I'm just kind of planting that seed, you know, that if it came down to it, and people were willing to donate that, I'll dress however you want. I'll dress up like Crystal from Star Fox. Hey, I'm tempting you. Because if somebody could come up with $1,000, I'll do it. I'll dress up however you want. Because right now I could use the money. Since I plan on moving. And I need to buy a new house and so forth soon, so... And not to sound cheesy, but if it's entertaining to people, I'm all for it. Aww. But I'm just, I'm too new in the land of Twitch to do anything of that sort, because I don't have enough, I'm not high enough up in the food chain to be able to do things like that. You know, I've got the computer, I've got the hardware, I've got the camera. I just don't have the know-how on how to do things like that yet. But I do have the will. I jumped all the way up to the plant? Are you kidding me? Because it is my dream to one day be big enough on here that, you know, that, oh crap. It is my hope that one day I would be on here and I'd be big enough to be able to do things like that, to eventually start donating to charities. What are you clipping now? Was that Goose? Oh my god. But that is my ultimate goal. I'm retired now, there's not really a whole lot, but in order to create, and you know, hey, I'm all for it, you know, I mean, if it comes down to making charities, you know, to worthwhile reasons, I would absolutely do that kind of thing. And then maybe I would even, and I'd like to even get to the point where, you know, maybe I can get celebrities even to do it too, kind of just follow in my footsteps. Because, you know, that's, a lot of times, that's what it takes for some of these charities, for them to get anywhere. Because you have to have shocking things happen for some of these charities to get anywhere. It's like there is a charity that exists that was actually created by the WWE, and I'm, again, like I said, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I've watched them since I was a kid. And they have a charity called Connor's Cure that I would donate money for, and it's all about battling childhood cancers and things like that. And it's called Connor's Cure, and it was named after a kid named Connor who died of it. He had an inoperable brain tumor, and they created a charity after it. If I could create money on a charity reason to give to that, I would do it. I would absolutely do it, and then see what kind of things I could get celebrities to do. Celebrities that could actually afford to, you know, to put money aside and do interesting things like that. I mean, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just some guy who likes to play video games at this point. But if I can do something to get celebrities to start doing things like that, that would be awesome. Because how cool would it be to be able to team up with some of these celebrities, or even maybe one of my biggest dreams would be to, you know, maybe even end up in some sort of a partnership with WWE. You know, to end. I would love that. You know, to become a big part of Connor's Cure and to get money involved in that and get some celebrities involved and get some awareness out. That would be a worthwhile goal for me. And if that's the first step, is to dress up in an embarrassing costume to do it, then it's worth it. You know, I've known people that have died from cancer. It's no joke. And if I can use Twitch to help out with that sort of thing, then I think, frankly, that's why Twitch was created. More than just to give us a fun place to hang out, but to do something good. And I'm not trying to sound cheesy or anything of the sort. I really think that. Oh! That stinking flower up there is always... Ah! You know, believe it or not, there's a lot of, well, not WWE anymore because they put a squash on that, but there's a lot of the wrestlers that I actually follow on Twitch that they do charities. There's a guy, his name is Miro. He used to be Rusev in WWE, but he games a lot and he does a lot of charities and such. and I see what he's doing on there, and that's the kind of thing I'd like to kind of bring attention to. Of course, I've made comments, and I'm a nobody as far as Twitch goes, but I think over time, you know, I would like to see eventually my name gets noticed, and I can start raising money for these charities. It's like another charity that I like is the Torch Run, because I used to be very involved in the Torch Run a few years ago, before COVID hit and Torch Run kind of came to a screeching halt. Ooh, did I get him? Did I get him? Ooh, I got him! Come on, come on, come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do! Oh, man. I'm just trying to keep myself focused here, but it's getting late and I'm getting tired. Alright. I will give it one more try. And then I really do need to call tonight. It's almost 4 a.m. for me, so. But it's been a blast having everybody here. And, getting all these maps and stuff involved here. So I will give this one more shot. But you know, if you guys have my Discord that I posted on the channel, if you guys have any, in fact, I'll create a room. I'm gonna make a channel that just says Mario Maker. If anybody's got any kind of levels that you want me to try out, throw that in there on my Discord server. And then anytime I stream this, I will go on there and I will play it, and I will give it my best shot. And then you can see if I'm able to do it, if I'm not, if I pull my hair out trying. So if you don't have my Discord, I'll post it one more time. So there's my Discord channel. If there's any maps that you want me to try on there, I created a Mario Maker channel. Just type in the code in that channel, and I will make sure to include that in my stream the next time I play this. And hopefully I'll be able to get through it. But right now, this one's got me hooked. I want to beat this one, but it's a tough one. It's a good one, but it's a tough one. So I just wanted to make sure if anybody has any more of these levels you want me to try, there's a place that you can put it in there. And anybody who does that, I will make sure to I'll give your profile a like and a follow on the game. Also, I have my Discord, I have it on my phone, so if you happen to send me a message on my server, I will see it, and I will definitely respond to it as soon as I'm able to. And I try to keep up with everybody on my channel, so if you have any messages or anything, I will do the best that I can to keep up with everybody. No. Is there one that I missed? Shadow Lady, is there a level that I didn't get to? Because I'll do that real quick before I go. Yeah, if do you have that code handy? I'll do it right now. But I do like that level. I am going to do that again. Get a new shirt. Ooh, I like that one. What is that? Oh, hell no. Who thought that was a good idea? We're gonna stick with that. Alright. Alright. P F L 4 CD 6 OG. Because I want to make sure I can, I want to make sure I get all these and then save them. A Mecha Factory? This one sounds, this one sounds like a handful already. Get in there, lava. Thought you could pick those up. What in the... What is that? I'm the Mario from Mario 2. Oh, and I died. Oh, that was stupid of me. I didn't know you could change into the Mario from Mario 2. That's pretty interesting. But won't let you pick up the bad guys, though. It's interesting. Oh, why did I do that? Whoa, look at this guy! Shooting out heat-seeking missiles at me? I didn't know you could change into the different version of the Mario like that. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, you sure do. Look at that. Oh, you can pick them up. I had to go and foul it up. Woo! That was close. No, why did I do that? Yeah, you can actually pick up the when you're the Mario 2 Mario, if you hold down and hit B, he picks them up. It's not like in the original Mario 2 where you just hit the button and he picks them up. You have to hold down and he'll pick them up. And I learned that off just sheer accident. Oh, when I had to go and ruin it. Dang it. Oh, look at that. Those missiles follow you all that way. Oh, there's more of them. Ooh, midway point. What is that? I don't know what to do here. Oh, I think I see. You gotta jump high enough to bop him on the head. Come on. Woo! Oh, there's more. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. That was a good one. Wow, the record for that one is 44 seconds. Wow. What's this Super Worlds now? I'm almost afraid to know what these are. Oh, those. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Save that for another day. It's 4 in the morning for me. Oh, and I think it's time to call it a night. So, I just want to thank everybody that did show up here to give me a little bit of a challenge. Bill and Schlumple. You know, thanks for showing up and giving me these, because I don't really, before today, I really did not know a whole lot about this game at all. I had it, I played it for, kind of messed around with it for a little bit, but I know a lot more about it now. I can see why people love it so much. So I linked my Discord channel there in the chat. If you have Discord, please join that channel. And if there's any levels that you want me to try to take a shot at, put them in there, and I will put them on my stream. I will make sure that they end up in there at some point, so that you can see me struggle to get through those. And then we'll definitely do that. I will work on making levels myself. It might take me a little bit longer while I get used to it, but I'll give it a shot. But at this point, I'm going to call it a night. I've been at this for quite a while. I'm getting pretty tired now. I'm having a hard time concentrating, but I really do appreciate everybody coming here to participate. And I'm going to be on here again tomorrow, for sure. Someone wants to say hi. Okay, now you have me intrigued. Who wants to come and say hi? But really, I very much appreciate anybody who comes here to check me out. I am new at this Discord thing. Discord, Twitch. I haven't really had a whole lot of experience in doing any of this, and I've had no problem public speaking. I was a teacher in my field for a little while before I retired. So talking in front of people has never been a problem for me, but finding interesting things to say, sometimes I get a little tongue-tied and I'm not really sure exactly what to say to keep everybody interested. But games have been my life since I was 3 years old, literally 3 years old. My first game system was the Atari 2600. Since then, I have not been able to put a game down, and here I am at 40 years old now, and I still love games to this day. I had a very stressful job, which is why I retired a little early, and it made me try to give some awareness to the stigma of mental illness, because I have ADHD and I have severe PTSD, and games are able to help me focus and forget about those sorts of things. So I try to I try to make that a little bit more of an awareness. So hey, it's Slap. Hey, nice to see you, Slap. How's it going? Didn't think you'd be up this late. So I've been here embarrassing myself. Everybody's been trying to chip in, giving me some levels in Mario Maker 2, which I didn't know a whole lot about. And finding it's really fun. But yeah, your ears must be burning there, Nick, because we were just talking about you, and we were talking about you, and I linked your page because of GamerGoo, trying to give everybody a little bit of an idea of what GamerGoo is all about, and I told them that they should probably check your page out to get a good deal on it, so that way everybody can get a little bit of the GamerGoo. But on the serious note, I was just talking about that I pretty new to Twitch, and I'm trying to get a little bit of awareness out there for mental illness is one of the reasons that I'm on here, other than for the obvious reason that we're all here because we all like to hang out, we all like to play games and have fun to get away from the stress of real life. And one of my things is mental illness. Myself, suffering from ADHD. I have 2 different types of severe PTSD, which is why I've retired from my job early. And it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people that don't have a lot of the resources, that are struggling to make it by. So one of my goals on Twitch, once I can get to the point where I can make it to affiliate or above, is to any donations that I get would be putting towards some charity work to put the funding where it could be really needed. So everybody that's still here watching me here, Slap Artist there, that's person I was talking about earlier, that pretty much inspired me to get into Twitch to begin with. Very generous person, very knowledgeable, and I would highly recommend that everybody check out Slap Artist's page. He does a lot of good work and plays amazing games with a lot more skill than I do. And so please check his page out, definitely. Along with his introduced me to the Gamer Goo, which was the other thing, but that's why we're all here is just to have a good old time. And he'll get on there, and Slap gets on there with he's a master of Resident Evil. I've never seen anybody better at Resident Evil than Slap. So yep. So there's thanks, Shadow Lady. That's gonna be Slap's page there. Check him out. He does a lot of retro gaming with no emulation, cartridges only. And I've heard him give his speech so many times I almost have it memorized. No emulation, cartridges only, and he'll play it from beginning to end, and he does it well. So everybody, please check that out. And Nick, really, I do appreciate you coming by, and I appreciate you coming in and checking things out. It's been a long night. Like earlier, before I was playing a couple of games, I was kind of grouchy, and then Shadow Lady suggested I come on here and try this out. And at first, I was a little bit frustrated, but it worked. It worked. I really like this game now. But your intros, yeah. Is that going to be underneath where you have the TM next to your name? Yeah. So everybody who's watching Slap Artist there, that name is trademarked. You may not use it without his permission, everybody. So be aware of that. He's got a team of the best lawyers in the world that will come after you if you try to use that Slap Artist name. So, and yes, helps the stream. Absolutely, it does. And I have found that even though it can be stressful, it's tiring. I'm exhausted right now. I've been streaming right now probably for about 6 hours, but it helps, especially now that I retired early from my job, my career. I had a whole bunch of medical issues that I had to finally hang it up. I couldn't do it anymore, and I decided to move on and do other things. And streaming has been helping me out a great deal, a very big great deal. And Slap Artist there has helped me out with learning how to get a few things here and there done. And again, can't say enough good things. The name's a little silly, but it does its job. It does its job very well. So if you need any Gamer Goo, get with Slap Artist there. He'll get you the hookup. He'll definitely get you the hookup on any kind of Slap, what was the new scent there? Was it like a tropical or something of that sort? I couldn't remember. I knew there was the peppermint, there's vanilla, there's orange, and there was a new one, and I cannot remember which one it was. And it's been driving me crazy, and I can't remember. Ocean breeze. Maybe that's something like that. Is that what that is? Ocean breeze. I did actually. Yep. I the last stream that you had going there. I did. I did sign up on there because you can't get enough of that gamer go, and it actually helped me out here tonight. I had a map on here or a level here on Mario Maker 2. I've had some killer maps here. I've had a few folks come in here and give me the level links for on here. They're killer, and I'm surprised at how talented some people are at making some levels on here that I didn't even know was possible. I think some of the people at Nintendo need to kind of stand up and take notice that we've got some pretty good talented people. Maybe that's why they made this game. But I'm gonna definitely be getting a bottle of that. I'm gonna go on the website and use your code, and I'm gonna get a bottle of that Sea Breeze, the Beach Breeze, because that's pretty good. I like mint for a lotion, especially this stuff here. It gets the hands all nice and dry and ready to go. So I'm working on getting on the number of followers to the point so that I can get to affiliate, which is going to take some time. And then the real party begins. And then just from watching Slap's page there, I can tell it's a lot of work. But it looks like it's very, very rewarding. Very rewarding. So, Slap, are you gonna be, what's the next stream gonna be? Did you have anything in mind? So, I know there was conversation about, I don't know, was it Dino Crisis or something? I don't remember. I know there was some discussion over what might possibly be. Four cameras. 4 cameras. That's gonna take some effort. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that when that's done. Wow. Four different cameras. That's gonna be impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's gonna be really good. So are you gonna use those for your regular streaming, or is this a special project you're working on? I wonder, would we consider games on the original Wii to be retro? Is that retro considered yet? Because I know that there's a Punch Out on the Wii that is actually pretty good. That's going to be impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing that, Nick. That sounds really good. I'm sure that'll take some time. Take all the time that you need for that. I know that's going to be really impressive to see. Is it really 15 years old? Wow. Oh my god. Now I feel old. 15 years old. Yeah, that sounds like that sounds really interesting, Nick. I'm very curious to see that. That's really good. Yeah, I kind of think the Wii is retro. I actually still have my Wii. I have my Wii U, and well, I kept my Wii U for one game only. But you know, if you've still got the original Wii games, why not? So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I would imagine there's going to be a little bit of post production in in something like that, isn't there? You'll have to take a few minutes to get everything just the way you want it. That would probably take a little bit of time, but I'm sure it'll be well worth it just to be able to see that finished product. That's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Definitely looking forward to seeing that. And I really, and I know you're gonna knock them dead when that's done. That's gonna be really good. You're gonna do it live. Now that's skill. That's more skill than I've got. I'm still trying to pluck away. I mean, you kill it with that bass guitar, and I'm still trying to learn the basics with the regular guitar. I've got an electric guitar and an acoustic, and I'm still trying to pluck away and learn that. You know, now that I'm retired and I have a little bit more time on my hands to work with. See, I had thought about taking because I have my main setup that I use here right now for my streaming. I have my gaming PC, which is, yes, that last bass show you did was awesome. That was amazing. I loved it. Um, what I have right now that I'm using is I have my gaming PC. I have an extra wide 4K monitor that I paid a lot of money for. I've got a separate 1080 monitor off to the side that I don't have a place to put yet. I have my gaming laptop that I use off to the side, but what I was going to do is use like an iPad of some sort to try to get all uh, my setup to do. But I want to also get a microphone. But right now, my situation right now where I'm at is only temporary. I'm here temporarily because probably within the next year I'm going to be moving to Georgia, and I'm going to have a whole room devoted to nothing but. I'm going to have my game room. I'm going to have all my arcade cabinets, and I'm going to have a whole corner devoted to nothing but to this because I really want to do this full time. Oh, you did. Oh, you did some playing last night. I might have missed it if it was last night. I think I was playing Mario RPG last night till I went to bed. I might have missed it. If it's on your Twitch page, I can probably look it up that way. So I know the last thing you had streamed was the Metal Gear Solid. Okay. You said skip to 1 hour and 54 minutes. Uh, Let me see how I can do that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, and I can put that up on here as soon as I. Give me 1 second. I'm working on it. No, that's not it. I think I'm getting it. Bear with me here. Bear with me here. Oops, wrong button. I don't know if that's coming up or not. Oh, what's going on here? Um, Browser source. There's no. It just gives me the option to. There's no play button. It just gives me the option to move it around. It doesn't. Yeah, it just gives me the little hand to move it around. It doesn't give me the option. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. No, not a local file. Done. Yeah, I'm clicking on it, but it just it just gives me the option to move it around. Add browser. Yeah, browser source. But when I click on start watching, it just gives me the option to move it around. It doesn't. What am I doing wrong? Browser source. But it won't. Oh, I'm doing something wrong. Browser source. Add source. Okay. You tell it watch on Twitch. I'm using no, I'm using the internet one. Should I be using Chrome? All right. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna try the Chrome version as soon as the advert is over. I just switched over to Chrome. don't understand. What? Okay, the Chrome browser is open. The video's playing. Yep, it's playing. Yep. That might be you use a browser source? Image media source. Do you use window capture? Is that what you're using? I think I might have it. Okay, I think I'm getting this now. Bear with me here. Window capture. And I want to capture I think that's it. Now I just gotta turn up the volume. I have never done this before. Why is this not working? Yeah, sorry about that, Nick. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong here, but I'm gonna keep messing with it until I get it right, because I want to be able to show that in the future. But thanks for stopping by, and I'll work on that, because now I feel like an idiot. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And then next time you have something you're gonna be streaming, I'll pop in and say hello. But again, thank you very much. Get some good sleep. Hope you have a good night. And hopefully next time I'll have this figured out. So, on that note, I'm going to call it a night on Twitch for this last 4 crazy hours that I didn't expect to go for 4 crazy hours. So I'm going to end it on that. I will figure out that video on how to get that on there because I want everybody to be able to see that because that's amazing music to hear. So I will be on Discord for the next few minutes, and everybody have a great night.